big question facing the Washington Commanders. Now, I got to be honest, I'm probably either going to say football team or something wrong at some point, so I apologize in advance. But if I pronounce the name wrong, that is. But overall, I think there's a big question with the Washington Commanders right now. I think the question is if a guy like Carson Wentz that we have seen do some good things in the NFL. We talk about his 2017 trip with the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl, in which, I mean, he was playing like an MVP, and you love it. You absolutely love it. But as it pertains to Carson Wentz, I think there's a bigger question here. Can he lead the Washington Commanders? Now, I think he can. But I also, a little bit of a caveat here, though, that should not preclude the Washington, hopefully I'm using that word right, that should not preclude the Washington Commanders from taking a quarterback in the first round. Absolutely not. Absolutely. If they're confident, if they could, if they want to get a guy like Sam Howell, Kenny Pickett, whoever they want, go after that quarterback. Just like, go get that money, boo. Like, you go get that quarterback. I honestly feel like, Carson Wentz, there's a common saying in the NFL, I've heard multiple people say it, that, talent just gets you second and third chances sometimes. And we would be lying if we said that Carson Wentz wasn't talented. He's a very talented individual. He's got the quarterback height. He's got the athleticism. He's got the arm. He's got a lot of the things you want in a franchise quarterback. And obviously it hasn't worked out, whether it was with the Eagles or the Colts. So I understand it. But I think that Carson Wentz is a guy that, under the right system, under the right head coach, he could still do something. Now, again, I don't know if he's going to be that franchise guy. I think, if we're being honest, his confidence has taken quite a shock. And I don't think, I think moving forward, that's going to be kind of tough for a starting quarterback, especially getting the team to trust him. But we have seen stranger things happen. Case Keenum led the Vikings to the NFC Championship game back in 2017. Case Keenum, okay? So before we all jump to conclusions and start to put a guy down, let's look at the facts. What does it take to get a team playing for you? Well, obviously winning helps. That's a big thing. Obviously, there's a lot of things the Washington Commanders can continue to do. But overall, I feel like the Commanders are in a position where they could do a lot of different things. They can have a lot of different fun with this quarterback draft class. And even if they just wanted to, roll with Carson Wentz for a year and see what happened, I wouldn't be opposed to it. This quarterback draft class is just weird. Unless Kenny Pickett or Sam Howell or somebody falls to you in the third round, I honestly don't know how I feel about drafting a quarterback in this class. I don't. It's just not that great of a class this year. It's a good class, but it's not a great class. It's not a Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen type class. It's a Teddy Bridgewater type draft class. It's just, I don't know. I just felt like there's not a lot of quarterbacks that I would hang my hat on to take in the first round. The second probably, but the first round, it ain't doing it for me. But again, back to the subject at hand here, and it's not like the Washington I almost said it right there. It's not like the Washington Commanders don't have weapons. I believe Antonio Gibson is going to continue to be one of the best running backs in the NFL, all around running backs. And like I said, for a team that finished 7-10 last year, it's not because of their talent. J.D. McKissick is coming back. Terry McLaurin is one of the best wide receivers in the league. Curtis Samuel, De'Ami Brown, I think is going to have. I think he's going to come back and do a lot of good things for the Commanders. Excuse me. Need to wake up. Sorry. Chase Young on defense. Deron Payne. Chase Young, I think, is actually going to make a little bit of a comeback. So y'all just need to let's take a breath. David Mayo there at linebacker. Kendall Fuller, Cameron Curl, one of the youngest and most underrated safeties in the league right now. So they've got some things going on, and I feel like they're in a position where, Carson Wentz is not going to be for a lack of talent behind him. I think, it doesn't take much in the NFL to be able to hit your stride, be able to come full circle with a team and potentially do some damage. So, for only 2 third-round picks, that's pretty good value, if you ask me. That's equivalent to a second-round pick. So, it's good taking a shot on a guy that might be able to revive his career. And what does a revived career mean for a guy like Carson Wentz? This man was literally in the MVP conversation in 2017. That's how good he can play in this league. So do I think still some semblance is there in Carson Wentz? Absolutely. Do I think that, they need to bank. The Washington Commanders need to bank on that being the case for a guy like Carson Wentz. No, thank you. Still draft your quarterback, like I said. Still, I would prefer in the second round or third round. I would be okay with that. But if they want to go in the first, it's the toughest position to draft, and it's the most important position. So try to put yourself in a lot of these NFL teams' positions. It's not easy. So, but I think coming back to the question of if Carson Wentz can lead the Washington Commanders, I absolutely believe it. We have seen stranger things happen. Michael Vick came back into the NFL, and it was a big time find for the Eagles. Obviously, there was, like we said, a guy like Case Keenum came in and led the Vikings too. So there's proof that quarterbacks can come in and do some good things. And specifically with Carson Wentz, I think he could do a lot of good things for the Washington Commanders. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about if Carson Wentz can lead the Washington Commanders.